What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of the CubCast, our daily news section we are running here on the channel, trying to keep you guys as up to date as we can with the latest goings on in and around the world of international music. Now, we're based here in the UK, so when we say international music, we do mean quite specifically Afrobeats, Amapiano, dancehall, reggae, and everything in between. Those are the genres we tend to cover here on the channel. If you've been with us for a while, you'll be able to see. If you are new, however, welcome, and if you are enjoying what's going on, make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all of that good stuff. We tend to do a combination of reaction videos, DJ-related videos, and these sort of vlog pieces as well, kind of focusing in on news stories and kind of keeping our journalistic hat on, as it were. Now, today, we're going to be talking about a very exciting announcement that we saw pop up last night. This was a wicked thing that I didn't expect to see happening. That's something I didn't see coming, although in hindsight it probably makes a lot of sense given what we've seen. And we are, of course, talking about the one and only, the wonderful, the undeniable AYRA STARR. She took to Instagram yesterday to get a very exciting announcement out there, which has been kind of off the back of a couple of very busy weeks. Obviously, we saw her nominated for a couple of different awards earlier on in the week. We also saw that she's had a couple of huge releases, whether it be the Bloody Samaritan remix with Kelly Rowland, whether it be Rush and the video for Rush, which has done exceptionally well. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. She's been widely dubbed as the future of Afrobeats, being as young as she is and having as much of an impact as she's had in such a short space of time. She's an undoubted fan favorite, and this news is fantastic to see. She took to Instagram to announce a drumroll, please. Yes, the deluxe edition of 19 and Dangerous. Now, first of all, let's talk very briefly about the original project, because the original project is undeniably one of the strongest out of 2021. If we're talking about first albums to land, easily one of the most impactful from a Nigerian artist in recent years. If we're talking debut album projects, off the back of this album, AYRA STARR was able to really kind of gain a world-level notoriety. She was able to elevate her stock to a point where she was seen as one of the kind of upper tier of Afrobeats on the global stage. And that's such an exciting thing for any new artist. Obviously, she toured, she went around different countries. She was in the UK for a while. I know Vivs was at the show she did here in the UK, and they got to link up at one point, which was really cool to see. And I think this is actually quite a sensible decision as a way to round off the year, given the fact she hasn't released that much music since the original 19 and Dangerous project was released, which isn't a bad thing. There's clearly a high level of quality control going on with AYRA STARR's catalogue, and that's something that as fans we do tend to really appreciate. This announcement actually does come on, obviously following on from the likes of Wizkid, Ruger, and a number of other artists kind of opting into the concept of doing a deluxe project to round off the year, as this is the most recent up-to-date version of her latest full project, which is a cool thing to see. It's a great way of kind of reigniting the flame for a project which, given the explosion of Afrobeats over the last kind of year and a half, may have gone a little bit under the radar in the wider scheme of things. I don't necessarily think that's the case, but there's definitely going to be a few people that haven't had the chance yet to really dive into what 19 and Dangerous is all about as an album project. Again, do check out the opportunity we had to have the interview with AYRA STARR. That's available on the channel. There's a couple of shorts up from it as well, but there is a full-length interview we had with her when this album was released, so do make sure you check that out. I want to quickly talk about the sort of releases she's had in between now and when the album dropped, because this is going to help us break down what we can expect from this album project. We saw her link up with El Grande Toto, of course, for Comforter. Now, Comforter was a wicked collaboration that undoubtedly will have opened a lot of doors for AYRA STARR on the global stage. Again, this idea of international collaboration, it just worked on this tune, especially with AYRA's verse being first and being as emotional as it was. We followed this up with the Love Don't Cost a Dime re-up with Magix, again, another Maven product. Another track we've heard a lot of this year, and another track that received a ton of support from the kind of global Afrobeat fan base, which is awesome to see. And it was a nice link-up as well, the way that one came together. We also, of course, saw Overloading. Oh my word, what a tune this one was, alongside Magix, Ladipo, Nico, Crayon, Boy Spice, and of course, Don Jazzy. This was another absolute heater. It's currently sat at number 50 on the US Afrobeats Billboard charts, but for me, this is a tune that should have never left the top 20. It's outstanding, and clearly a tune that inspired a lot of people. It definitely is a tune that I've run in a dance, and I've loved how people have reacted to it. It definitely has that kind of rally kind of feel going on, and it definitely is quite a timeless tune, in my honest opinion. Alongside this, we look outside the zone of kind of features that AYRA has been working in primarily. We see Ashe, firstly. Obviously, this was a tune that was released on Colors, a similar situation to Colosa, and it was awesome to see how many people absolutely loved this. We had the absolute pleasure of seeing AYRA STARR reacting to our reaction, and I loved seeing that because it was just a cool thing to see AYRA STARR kind of enjoying what we were saying about the tune. But this was my favourite for a long period of time. Colosa may have now overtaken it just about, given I want to say the success of Colosa more than anything else, but there's no doubting that that Ashe is still one of my favourite releases of this year, without a shadow of a doubt, even though it was a colour session. Also, her kind of approach to it, the way she arrives, swagged out, the kind of outfit choice, all of those things just kind of ignite everything that AYRA STARR is about as a vocalist. We then saw Rush following on from that, which is a truly outstanding single after that reintroduction of AYRA in 2022 as an outstanding solo artist. This is a tune that has been incredible. The numbers are outstanding. We've seen the video for this one drop a couple of weeks ago, and we saw that it hit 1 million in a couple of days, maybe even less time than that. What more can you say, really, about AYRA STARR? It's an incredible achievement from her, and she's absolutely killing it this year. Following on that we then get the Bloody Samaritan remix with Kelly Rowland, of all people. I feel this should have perhaps been a point in which we kind of clocked there was a deluxe edition on the way, but it didn't go into my head, because I was thinking when it happened, why are they revisiting something? Oh, why not just remix Rush? I don't know. But it definitely worked, and it does lay the foundations for what I think is going to happen with this project overall. Now, normally with a kind of deluxe edition, you get 3 or 4 additional tunes. With Made in Lagos Deluxe, I think we got 5 or 6. With the Ruger Girlfriend EP, we got 3. So I think this is likely to be somewhere in between. So I think we're likely to get maybe 4 or 5 tracks that I think we'll see on this deluxe edition. I definitely think the Bloody Samaritan re-up will be on there, and I think Rush will be on there as well, given the fact that the original album has 11 tracks on there, and this is a track that I definitely think AYRA will want to have on a project. I think it'd be weird to not have this on a project and just as a standalone single, and by the time a project comes out after this, there's not likely to be, it'll probably feel a little bit outdated by the time she actually gets around to putting together a new project, so it makes sense to have it on here. Alongside this, there's a couple of remixes we've kind of heard tell of. I definitely think we'll get at least one more remix on there. We did hear tell of the CK Beggy Beggy version 2. Now, whether that was a link up they kind of revisited somewhere else, I don't know. But I definitely would like to see an official Beggy Beggy Volume 2, because the video for that dropped this year and it was really popular. Definitely something I'd like to see. Alongside this, I would love to see a Burna Boy remix of Fashion Killer. One, Burna Boy has a good dress sense. There's no getting away from that. But also, the instrumental itself very much suits what Burna does vocally, and it's an area I'd love to see him dive into. I would also like to see someone like a Ladipo, perhaps, on a rethink of Bridgeton, diving into that more sort of almost neo-soul kind of sound that we saw on that tune. And I think it's a tempo that you could see Ladipo do something really interesting over. And I think this is going to be a fantastic way to round off the year for AYRA STARR. I think it's a great idea to put this together as a deluxe. Allowing people to kind of revisit this project is a very important thing as she kind of moves into 2023, when undoubtedly we'll see a new project of some kind. But there we go. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments section down below. I literally found this out and jumped straight onto my computer to record. That's literally what we're doing right now. So let me know, what tracks would you like to see on there? What collaborations would you like to see on that deluxe edition? I'm opening this one up entirely to you guys to continue the discussion. I'm really keen to see what you guys have to say about this one. Don't forget to check out the interview we did put together with AYRA STARR as well. It'll be quite relevant considering it's about the original album. That's available on the channel. And alongside this as well, we know that AYRA STARR is likely to be featuring on the upcoming More Love Less Ego album from WizKid. Perhaps we could see a WizKid collaboration on there. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they've done a collab switch. We'd love to see it. But there we go. That's it from us. Hopefully you have enjoyed this vlog, and if you have, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and we shall see you all next time. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Thank you to all the new subscribers. It's great to see you here, and peace.
Sounding so good right now. Baddest sound in a Brighton town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCast TV. Stay locked.